All right. So 9.5 slope-intercept form. Everything that we did up until this point, we were using this form without actually giving it a fancy name. Okay? So what we're going to do today, using this form, is we'll be able to determine slopes and the y-intercepts of lines. And then objective 2, we're not going to do today. I'm completely skipping over graphing the linear equations because we're going to do that tomorrow. Okay? But the biggest parts that I'm going to start talking about is just this slope-intercept form. Whenever we talk about slope-intercept form, you will lots of times hear the teacher explain it as y equals mx plus b. I suggest writing this one down. Okay, when I say that you don't really have to think much, this is the one part you need to make sure that you see, so that way you don't have to think. All right, so this slope-intercept form, this y equals mx plus b form, whenever we write it like this, whenever you have the m, I can't put it on top. Whenever you have the m, whatever number is in front of the letter x, m is your slope. So this spot in front of the x, whenever you see an x and it's in this form, whatever's in front of the x is going to be the slope. Do you remember the other fancy word for how we talk about the slope? Like those two words I said. Your parents probably remember this. It's two R's. Rise over run. Okay, that's going to be your slope. It's going to be the rise over the run, meaning how much it goes up and down will be on top, and then how much it goes side to side will be on the bottom. So that's what your m always is going to be. The letter in front of the x will always be whatever that slope is. Okay, and then the letter b, this spot right here, the letter b is going to be where it crosses the x-axis, or sorry, where it crosses the y-axis. So what we call it the y-intercept. So whenever x equals 0, so whenever x is 0, whatever this second letter or this letter is, will be where it's at on this line right here. Okay, if it's a positive number, it'll be up here. If it's a negative number, it'll be down here. So as long as you have this form written down, this assignment will be wicked easy for you. So this first example I have, it had the formula y equals 2x plus 1. So the first thing I look at is I'm going to find the b. So the spot where it crosses this line right here, which will be right here. Okay, that point is going to be at 0, 1. I'll stay underneath it and point them out. This one and this one, they're the same thing. Right? Yeah, they are. Awesome. Okay, from that point, from knowing where this b is at, I'm going to find out the spot that it will cross another two lines perfectly. So it'll cross it right here perfectly. I'll make a little note. It'll cross right here perfectly. It crosses right here perfectly. It'll cross right here perfectly. So to figure out that slope of what I'm doing, my m is going to be 2. I don't have a number underneath it. What's an imaginary number underneath it? 1. Yep, so my slope, I'm going to write it right here. My slope, because it was right there, is the same as saying 2 over 1, right? Because 2 and 2 over 1 are the same thing. So I'm going to do that rise over the run. So it goes up 2, 1, 2, over 1. It's there. I go, instead of doing up 2 over 1, I can make them both be negative numbers. So I can go down 2, left 1, down 2, left 1, down 2, left 1. It'll still keep on going. If I am starting here, just like this, and 1 up 2 over 1, what's the pattern this one's going to be? How many am I going to go up next time? 2, and then over how many?
1.
Yeah, up 2 over 1. So if I new point, if I wanted to keep on going, how many would I go up?
2.
And then over?
1.
Yeah. Every single time it's going to follow that exact same pattern. So once you can figure out where it's going to cross that y-intercept and what the slope is, you have all the information you need to be able to graph it. But again, I'm not worrying too much on the graphing yet because we're going to do that a ton tomorrow. So looking at this one, I've got this problem here. It says, I just want to know the slope and the y-intercept. So when it says, I want to know the slope and the y-intercept, another name for slope is my m value. My y-intercept is going to be my b value. So following through the exact same rules that I already had. I'm going to write it on top. This one I'll do by myself, and the next one you guys will hopefully have it. My formula is going to be y equals mx plus b. Okay, so I'm going to first look at my b value. My b value is over here, over here. My b value is going to be 1. My m value, I'll circle that. It's going to be the number in front of the x. My m is going to be 3 over 1. I do want to write each one of my slopes over a number. So if there's nothing underneath it, just make sure to put it over 1. If it's already in a fraction, leave it as a fraction. Don't write it as a decimal. That's all I'm looking for. I'm just looking for you to tell me what the b value is and what the m value is. So what the slope is and what the y-intercept is. Okay, on to example number 2. Before I have you work it out, the formula every single time is going to be y equals mx plus b. Does it look like I'm missing something? Yes. I'm missing the b value, right? What can you add to anything and make it never ever change? 1. That's multiply. You can multiply by 1. 0, yeah. So I've got an imaginary plus 0. Just that way if you ever get stuck here, there's an imaginary plus 0. So I've got my m value. I've got my b value. Anybody have any ideas? Would like to volunteer? Either tell me my m value or my b value. Gabriel, which one you got?
M is -2 and b is 0.
Okay, so -2, and I want to write it as a fraction. How do I write -2 as a fraction?
-2 over 0.
Over 1.
Oh, yeah.
-2 over 1, and then my b value is going to be 0. Feeling good? Again, we'll get to the graphing stuff later. I'm not going to worry too much on it. I just want to make sure that this part is completely ironed out. Okay, I want you guys to do, just kidding. We're going to do this one together, and then the next one I'm going to have you do on your own. I need to find my m value. I need to find my b value. Okay, I'm going to have you just tell me one of them. Austin, which one do you got?
M is 1/2 over 1.
Perfect. Because this one is already written as a fraction, I'm glad you caught it. We're just going to leave it as this fraction. So my slope is already going to be 1/2. So my slope for that one is just going to be 1 over 2, or 1/2. All right, somebody new. What's my b value?
3.
B value is going to be 3. And it's just that simple. Feeling good? Okay. We're going to do one thing before you work this one on your own. Is this set up in y equals mx plus b right now? No, it's not. Remember, y needs to be over here. Okay. What will I need to do? Any thoughts on how I can make y on a side all by itself? Yes, Hannah.
Y equals 6x plus 3.
Okay, so what'd you do?
I took the negative 3 and I added the 3 back to her. It's got to be a positive 3, doesn't it?
Nope. So that one can be negative. So you move some things from one side to the other side, right? Perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. I'm going to draw this line here. The only thing that has to be positive is it has to be a positive y. That's all I need to make sure that I worry about. It always has to be a positive y. So is the y already positive right now? Yes. So let's do exactly what you were saying, where we're going to move things from one side to the other side. So I want to move this 6y from one side to the other side. So if it's positive 6 over here, I'm going to subtract 6x from both sides. And I like how you're able to see right away that we needed to move things from one side to the other side. Okay, so I get y equals this 6x and then minus 6x. These ones cancel out. This one has an x. This other one doesn't have an x, so we can't combine them. So I get y equals negative 6x minus 3. Now is it in y equals mx plus b format? Yes. You guys tell me. I want to know what the x value is. What the m value is, what the b value is. Write this one down. Put something on there so I can see that you have it. Perfect. Great catch. Sweet, sweet. Nice. Yes, sir. Yep. Which is? So make sure you put the x behind it. So 6x minus 3. What's your m value? So it's the letter or number in. Yep, so put m equals. And then it has to be in a fraction, so it's going to be over 1. And I already checked the rest of those guys. Okay, got it. Yep. Perfect. Now what's your b value? You have it. Yep. Yeah, use the equal sign. And this one you don't have to put it over 1. It can just be negative 3 by itself. All right, you guys got it. So my m value was negative 6 over 1. My b value was negative 3. Okay? This one here, we're going to do it again. We kind of do 2 more of them, and then you'll be on your way. Ignore that bottom one. So I got y minus 5 equals negative 5 minus x. What has to be a positive value? What's the only thing that has to be positive? The y. I'm going to write a note because I didn't write that before. Y has to be positive. There should be a v in there too. Has to be positive. Sorry for my spelling. Okay, y has to be positive. What are your thoughts? What do I need to do to get y on the side all by itself and be positive? Add 5. I love it. So plus 5, plus 5. I get y. These ones cancel out, equals. What's negative 5 plus 5? 0. Okay. And then these ones cancel out as well. And I get minus x. So I get y minus x plus 0. Okay, guys. Is it set up in the right format? Yes. I love it. I'm feeling happy. I'm putting m equals and b equals. What's my slope in this one? Talk to the people across from you. I only saw one hand. Talk me through, or talk to your neighbors. See what you guys think your slope of this one is. What's your m value? I know. I think I heard you say it. What'd you get? Negative 1 over 1. Fantastic. It's invisible, just like all my friends in middle school. But it's still an imaginary 1 over 1. Okay? So, my slope is going to be negative 1 over 1. What's my b value? 0. Feeling good? Okay? This one. Somebody talk me through. I'm going to pretend like I don't know a single thing I'm doing. Austin, I know you got it. You're crushing it, man. If in doubt, if you need to turn to a partner and just get their idea, I'm good with it. I just want someone to talk me through what I'm doing.
Plus 5
Just plus 5?
on both sides.
Plus 5, plus 5. Just like that?
Yeah.
5x.
Yeah, 5.
Okay.
Big difference.
Huge difference. Huge difference. If I do a plus 5x, these ones now cancel out. Now I get y equals 10 plus 5x. Is that look good? Louise, you're shaking your head. What do I need to do? Okay, so put these in a different order. Why are you putting them in a different order? I agree with you. Sorry, I pretend like I don't know what I'm doing. But hypothetically, I agree with you. Why? Because the letter should be in front, right? That's how math works. I really like that answer. So I'm just going to switch these ones around. Just in a different order. So I still have y equals. It was a positive 5x before, so I'm still going to have a positive 5x. This is a positive 10 before. Now I have a positive 10. Is it in the format you want? Okay.
That's supposed to be a B or an X.
Which, this is an X.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry for the interruption. Exercise science students, you will be meeting in the gym for class today. If you have exercise science, please report to the gym.
Okay. What's that?
The X is supposed to be a B. That giant X right there is supposed to be a B.
Yeah, it is.
He's saying the X under the M should be a B. Since you've had a B, it's like up there.
It's
y-
M
for the
equals
y
and then
intercept.
B equals.
Okay. So, I get what you're saying. Oh my God. It is. I'm so confused right there. Yeah, you're right. It's a Tuesday after a 10-day break, and I'm struggling. See? I told you I didn't know what I was doing today. You guys had to talk me through it. You realize how many times I saw that and didn't even realize that I did it? Okay. So, what's my M value?
5x.
5 over 1. You guys got it. 5 over 1. What's my B value? Not to be confused with my X value. All right. Last one. On your own. Make this one.
Wait.
It says X equals 2 plus Y. It needs to be in Y equals MX plus B format. And Y has to be a positive value. 45 seconds, and now I'm going to go over it so I can give you the entire. All right, guys, sorry, reviewing quizzes went longer than I thought. I'm going to do this one with you. Same line that's going to be here. I want the y on a side by itself and to be positive, so I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. So I'm left with x minus 2 equals y. Well, the format we were doing before was that y equals mx plus b. So if this is y, this is that one, I can just flip sides without having to change any signs. Because if 2 minus x equals y, y also equals x minus 2. I said it wrong, but that's what I meant. Okay, now it's in the right format. M value is going to be what? 1 over 1. B value is -2. Perfect. Not worried about graphing. All you guys have today, page 415. 10 through 17, all. All you're doing is figuring out what M equals and what B equals. You have, 8 problems for those.
Just for looking at me.
Yep.
We have like 1 minute left.